is a hit song for love songs. No more love songs!
So we're here with BRATAKUS at the Star Garter in Manchester. We have Bria and Ona. I've been practicing how to pronounce their names. We've got it good. So you're on tour at the moment to promote your new album, Hagridden. Tell me all about it.
It's been a long time coming, I would say. Like we've been our last release was in 2017.
Target Girl. Yeah. What a fantastic album.
Oh, thank you. Well, like we've basically been working on this one ever since, and we spent years and years being like, it's coming, we're going to release it.
And we kept just not saying no to gigs, and then not having any time to record it, and then still not saying no to gigs, and just touring, and then being like, it's been quite a few years since we put an album out, actually. Maybe we should try and actually get something recorded.
Yeah, so Target Girl was released 2017, was it? Yeah.
We had the pandemic, and then we've had basically every possible thing that could come up as an obstacle came up, and then we actually recorded the album ourselves in our home studio, and then the laptop that it was recorded on broke, and we lost everything, and we had to go and start again and record it. And by the time that had happened, Venn Records wrote to us, and we were fully intending to put it out on our own label again, like we had done with the other releases. And when they wrote to us, we were kind of like, actually, maybe the reason that this all happened was because this was kind of supposed to happen in the end.
Okay, so you're thinking about it quite philosophically, okay, let's just pick it back up. And I guess that meant that you could improve on anything and work on the tracks.
Really, like thinking about it now, like the fact we'd recorded it like ourselves in like Bria's saying home studio, but like essentially we have like a laptop in her bedroom, and we're just like doing it. Wasn't like a professional setup. So I think the fact that we ended up taking that time to go and like really get it exactly how we wanted it to sound has like paid off a lot, because there was some things like with our earlier recordings where it kind of niggles at you, like when you look back and you're like, oh, I feel like I would have done that different now. So I think we really wanted to take the time with this one and like make sure it was like exactly what we wanted to do. And the really nice thing about Venn was that we felt like they really gave us the space to kind of do that and like get it exact, like do it the way we wanted to, which was really nice.
They didn't have like, no, your cover has to look like this, and then, it was really like, however.
So you've had lots of freedom to experiment and do it the way you want to do it. That's great.
Such thing as a real man. Feel strong.
You have had some sort of interim releases in between Target Girl and the new album. A lot of them have got the title Ghoul in there. We've got Ghouls to the front, Ghoul Power, obviously playing on the girl ghoul thing. Can you just explain a little bit of the reason behind that? Was there any kind of particular inspiration?
Yeah, I think we're basically just both huge like horror movie fans, and like growing up as teenagers and stuff, we just watched like a ridiculous amount of like 80s slashers and like old thrillers and stuff, so that was totally just like in our...
So what's your favourite horror movie?
Evil Dead 2.
That's it. I'm going to say Wicker Man.
The original 1970s.
Yes.
Always the originals.
But basically, I had written a few kind of horror-themed songs, and then we also had the idea to cover that Hex Girls song that was on the first ever one, and it kind of got to around October, and we were like, why don't we make these could be BRATAKUS songs, and we could do like a Halloween release, and we did that, and people really loved that we had put out something on Halloween. So then for quite a few years afterwards, we just kept doing it, and so that's how it kind of built up all the different ghoul themed releases. Carried on for a while.
They're really worth checking out.
Maybe we should do an album and not so many Halloween releases.
We're like, I can't think of anything else to weave ghoul into. We've really like done that.
I think there's Girl Power. I can't.
Girls Night Out.
Girls Night Out. Yeah, that was it. They are absolutely brilliant. And also, you did a double kind of one side each EP release.
With Panic Defense.
For the sanctuary, the animal sanctuary. What led you to do that?
I think we're both vegan. Gay Panic Defense, the band, were also vegan,
and we were really good pals with them, and we were playing gigs with them all the time, so we were talking about, we should do something together, and then it it was like a natural thing of like, well, why don't we, me and Ona's friends, actually Morag, who does a lot of my tattoos, she is also who started Tribe Animal Sanctuary, and so it was kind of like in the forefront of our minds at that time, and we were like, let's try and do something where we can, we'll sell them at gigs and sell them online, and then we'll every few months we'll have a chunk of money that we can give to them and help them.
Oh, nice, yeah. So it is kind of looking after animals important, because these two girls are actually, according to the BBC, you are the most remote punk band.
Much research they did about that.
So I'm taking that, you live in quite a sort of nature and beautiful, you're from the Scottish Highlands. I mean, obviously I've been up there and it is absolutely gorgeous. So is nature and, did you draw much inspiration for that, or is just that your sanctuary?
Yeah, I think definitely. Like, we grew up, like you say, in the Highlands in the middle of nowhere, and spent our childhood just like feral basically there, and it definitely, I think, has shaped like who we are in a big way, and we both still really love it. Like, it's amazing to be on tour and be like in the city and everything's like really full on and loud and playing gigs and seeing people, but I think having that balance of having like a really peaceful place to go back to, for me at least, feels like I really need that, like both, like the
The yin and yang.
Yeah, exactly. The kind of chill, the connect, and then go off into the cities. So, cities-wise, over the last year, you've done a big European tour. You've been in Germany. You've been in Groningen in the Netherlands, and obviously this tour started in Paris as well. So, how do you find that you've been received across the continent?
It's been amazing. We were just talking about when we were doing this tour with these UK dates, and we were saying we actually haven't toured the UK in quite a long time, because we keep getting offers for stuff in like European, like a lot of the time in mainland Europe, but also on like the islands and things, and it's amazing there. It's like the scene is amazing, and it's nice as well to go and get some hot weather.
Oh God, yeah. It's very rainy today here in Manchester, and we're all dreaming of a bit of sunshine today.
And, like, for example, we maybe like 8 or 9 years ago, we got an offer to play in Gran Canaria and Las Palmas. That was 2 gigs actually. That was one in the south of the island as well. And we were like, yeah, okay. Like we don't know what the scene's going to be like, but let's try it. And we went over, and it was amazing. The gigs were super fun. And then Jose, who puts on the shows, was like the nicest guy ever and an amazing vegan chef. And we stayed in his house, and we've been back every year since.
It's one of those ones you can see.
Right. If you're going again this year, I think I might join you. That sounds absolutely amazing. So that's all sort of a bit the background. So Hagridon, how is that different to Target Girl, or are you sticking with the same similar sound? Tell us what the journey you've been on musically since Target Girl.
So I wrote Target Girl before Braticus was even a band. It was songs that I wrote as like a really young teenager, like about 13, 14, 15. And I had all these songs, and I really wanted to start a band, and we lived in the middle of nowhere, and there was no one who could play with me.
So what else to do than pick up a guitar and make some punk?
Trying to get something together, and then eventually me and Ona started to play the songs, and we put the album out, but they were like really old songs at that point, even by the time they came out. And they were kind of like my young teenage songs. And so then after Target Girl, I wrote a whole second album, kind of following the rules that I had followed for the first one. And once it was done, I was kind of like, I feel like there's not enough of a new perspective I just felt uninspired by it, and I scrapped the entire album. Like all the songs are gone.
That's very brave. Yeah.
I took like a year or two to just write completely random songs in random genres that were nothing to do with Braticus, and then by the time I'd finished doing that, I felt really inspired to write new Braticus songs, and I had like more of an idea of like, okay, I don't need to reinvent the wheel. It doesn't need to be like a whole new genre or a whole new everything, but it just needs to be like the best Braticus can sound, or the best that I can do.
The best version of me.
Let's like, what do I think Braticus is, and let's do like the best that it can I can do at this moment. And so then I had all these ideas for all things that were going on in the world at the time, and experiences that we had, and then songs started to just kind of flow out of me again. And then
that's the thing, like the songs that we write now are so often like just really informed by like the experiences we've had as a band. So I think that's a big thing that's probably changed between Target Girl and now, is like we didn't really have that yet with the songs that we'd written about Target Girl, and I guess we were writing like more from a perspective of like looking in on a lot of different things. And this, I would say, like for me, Hagridon feels like a lot more personal.
Okay, yeah. So there's quite a lot of teenage angst maybe in the Target Girl, and maybe now it's just taking to that point where you are, developing and growing as musicians, and absolutely can't wait to see you play tonight, because even though I've been listening to you for years, this is actually my first time that I'm getting to see you play. Where else can we see you this summer? I know that you played inside a festival last... No? Oh, no! Oh, right, okay, sorry. Okay.
My traumatic memories.
No.
No, this tour is actually, these have been our first run of dates of the year. So we're doing this, we've got, after Manchester, we have Glasgow, and then we have a little break, and then we're supporting Laura Jane Grace, which is like end of March, start of April, and then we have a little break, and then we're going and doing headlining shows in Germany, And then we have festivals all summer, and then maybe some other stuff later in the year that hasn't been announced.
Oh, well, keep us informed, and thank you so much for talking to us tonight. Have a great gig.
Thank you so much. Hopefully we don't let you down.
I'm certain you won't.
Picture!